Let's talk about a real issue in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense that's really not being brought up that much, and that is the poor play by the wide receivers, the two stars of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, the most dangerous pieces that need to perform at a higher level in order for this offense to start making strides. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports, everybody. I'm Jason. Let's talk about those two-star wide receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers, or so-called star wide receivers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are struggling. We see it every week on offense. Horrible play, horrible design of plays. But when you look at those wide receivers play after play, those two stud guys, those guys that are supposed to be game changers, those guys that are supposed to make a real difference and change momentum within that offensive system, they are playing poorly. And by poorly, I mean zero effort. Diontae Johnson had his moment of real horrible play, a moment where he was just totally dumbfounded by not getting that touchdown in Cincinnati and stood on the field with his hands at his side. But if you look at George Pickens and Diontae's play since then, and throughout this season, you're going to see two guys that give minimal effort, especially on run plays. They don't explode off the line. And if you break down each play and look at each play that the Pittsburgh Steelers offense runs, you will see these wide receivers giving minimal effort. And I can guarantee you, you can count on your one hand how many times they actually fired off the football. And that is starting to plague this Pittsburgh Steelers offense in a huge way. The wide receivers really tip the defense of what's going on, especially on run plays when they don't even barely move. The way they come off the ball doesn't give those defensive backs, and it gives a real clue to the defense as a whole of what's going to happen, because they come off the ball so sluggish. They don't really make any real attempts to block. And it's sad, especially when a run play to their side, they're giving such minimal effort. They're almost acting like they don't want to be hit. It's just really sad to watch a guy like Diontae Johnson that's supposed to be a real leader on this football team, a veteran presence that's supposed to be guiding a young George Pickens into being at all-pro level. It's not there, guys. And Diontae Johnson is truly failing that room. That room is giving such minimal effort that the Steelers aren't able to really they're not able to start get going here. They're not really able to start getting fired up. They're not able to start really getting this offense moving in the right direction when you have two stars that are giving such minimal effort on a consistent basis. I'm not saying every play, but I'm going to say 90% of the plays, these guys are not doing a thing. And yes, I understand that it's discouraging when your offense is so anemic. I understand whenever the Pittsburgh Steelers should be featuring you. They should be really throwing the ball to you. And they don't. And I know that's frustrating for these guys. And it's probably just boiled over to the point that they've kind of given up. But the Steelers can't justify giving these guys the big chances, throwing the ball to them constantly, and really just letting them be the key cogs of this offense when they give such poor effort. And I'm sure if I've noticed, I'm sure the Steelers coaching staff has noticed. And everybody talks about the prima donna wide receivers and how everyone should just bow down to it and kind of just say, oh, it comes with the position. We've talked about that here on the channel. That's horse shit. That's horse shit. You look at a star wide receiver like a Jamar Chase, a Justin Jefferson, guys of that nature. They come off the ball every play with force. They come off the ball every play, even if it's a run play, looking like they're going to run a route, and that adds a layer to the offense. That's what has to be done by these guys. And until they start doing that, this Steelers offense is going to remain anemic. The Pittsburgh Steelers quarterbacks are going to remain looking horrible. It's just the way it is. And yes, there's other issues. The offensive line sucks. The quarterback play hasn't been good. But in order for that quarterback play to be a little bit better, there is a piece of the puzzle that's missing, and that is effort from the wide receiver position. You're not getting anything from them. When you're coming off the ball in half speed, that's bad. It's horrible. And it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the receiver themselves. You're not going to get the chance to make big plays. You're not going to get the opportunities that require you to get that money, get that bag of money that you're talking about, that big payday. It's not going to be there. And it looks like almost Diontae Johnson kind of runs that building. It kind of looks like guys like Mike Tomlin kind of just bow down to him and brush things under the rug. And that's a horrible way of dealing with these guys. You need to call them out inside that meeting room, and maybe they have, and maybe they just don't care. Maybe it's that bad. Maybe that's what Minka's talking about when he says guys just put on the black and gold and expect to win. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what he's really keying on. Maybe these guys have been called out for their lack of effort, and it doesn't matter. And it's George Pickens too. You have to fire off the football. Make defenses think that you're going to be running a route. Make defenses not really know what you're going to do. Make them have to guess a little bit. And when you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you have to have that layer. You're not good enough at the quarterback position, no matter who's in there, to have wide receivers doing what they're doing. And I challenge you all to go back through and look at the tapes, look at the highlights, look at things that are happening with this offense, and you will see the lack of effort that is given by these wide receivers. You will see it for yourself. You don't need me to tell you. You don't need anybody else to tell you. It's right there, right in high definition. Utilize it. Everybody's searching for answers with the Steelers offense. But until you get all 11 out there pulling in the same direction and giving the ultimate effort, giving that effort that it's a championship level. That's what you want. You want guys that are going to fight each play. And until you get that, you're not going to go anywhere. And the Pittsburgh Steelers need to figure that out real quick and in a hurry. All right, guys, I want you to put in the comments what your thoughts are on these Pittsburgh Steelers 2 stud wide receivers. Well, supposed stud wide receivers, supposed game changers. I want you to tell me what you think of their play. I want you to tell me whether you think that they're given effort on a continual basis. And if you're going to make an excuse for it, please go and look at the tape and really judge it, really break it down. Don't just say, oh, they do, because they don't. And I want you to look at it yourself. And if you have a reason that justifies it, please tell me and let me know. Maybe I'm overlooking something. Please let me know in the comments. Please like the video. Share the videos. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And I truly appreciate everything you guys are doing to help grow the channel. It's been an amazing ride so far. So until next time, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace.